shit, all sense of thought. You just gonna be screaming and hollering. Confusion gonna be going on. Screaming, hollering, and confusion. You know? It says, verse 21, Isaiah 24:21, and it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the let me read that again. And it shall come to pass that in that day that Yahweh shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high. Who are the high ones? The elites, man. The Rothschilds, the Oppenheimers, DuPonts, the Gettys, the Warbirds. They are the high ones, man. They are the elites, man. Right? They're going to be the first ones to go into slavery. They're going to be the first slaves, man. It says, and it shall come to pass that in that day that Yahweh shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth. Right? So the Lord, them elites, man, they actually gonna be in space stations and way up under. They're gonna be in them space stations and them deep caves in the earth, right? But after the destruction, the Lord, along with the elect men and the angels, they're gonna put them into slavery, gonna gather them up, and they're gonna be the first slaves, man. This is Psalm 76:12. He shall cut off the spirit of princes. He is terrible to the kings of the earth. So he's gonna break their pride, man. The Lord getting ready to break the pride of these rulers of the nation, man. These Rockefellers and these DuPonts, these Rothschilds and Gettys and Warbirds and Vandals and the super elite families of the earth that rule everything, land, air, and sea, and rail. The Lord getting ready to cut them off, man. He getting ready to break their pride like a twig, man. And it's gonna be beautiful. That's what we look for. All praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, man, for that, man. All praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai for leaving the words for us to read and go by, man, and so we can have hope and faith, man. All praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai for leaving this comforter, man. You know? Verse 22, and they shall be gathered together. See? They should be gathered together. When the thermonuclear destruction is over, hey, we're going to get them, man. The elect and the angels going to get them elites, man, out of them space stations and off of them deep caverns of the earth, man. We're going to get them, man. And they should be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in a pit. Right? It says, and they should be gathered together. Let me go back over that. It says, and they should be gathered together. That means them, plus that means also that also means that battle Armageddon too, right? That battle that we getting ready to go into, because the Lord is gathering them up to go into that battle also. It says, and they shall gather them together as prisoners are gathered together in a pit. You know, it says, as prisoners are gathered in a pit. A pit is prison, man. It says, and shall be shut up in the prisons, right? Should be shut up into the prisons until that point in time that's determined. To that appointed time is determined, what he gonna do with them? It says, and after many days shall they be visited, meaning they're gonna be punished. right? So when they go into slavery, right, that's them. They're gonna be gathered in that prison of slavery until what? To that 1,000 years are fulfilled. And after that 1,000 years, and when the Lord figure, hey, it's time to burn them up, that's what's gonna happen, man. It says, and they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in a pit, and shall be shut up in prison, and after many days they shall be visited. So, how you doing, man? You know you're Israelite? You didn't? Well, you're an Israelite. You're not no African American. Our people do not consider come. It says, Isaiah 24:22, and they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in a pit, and shall be shut up in prison, and after many days shall they be visited, right? So while they in that pit, what they gonna be doing? They gonna be bowing down to the kings of the earth and to the Lord, decide what he gonna do with them. And when them 1,000 years up, the Lord basically gonna burn them up, man. So that false prophet and that beast will be cast into the lake of fire. You know you're Israelite? You know you're Israelite? You're Israelite, yes ma'am.
I ain't gonna say I know it really well.
But yeah, because you know they always told us we was African American, right? Okay, that would mean that your father is from that line, which Africanos was a white general who conquered Africa, and Amerigo Vespucci was one of them contemporaries that came over to America. So we don't come out of their line. We come from them kings of Israel that fled out of Israel into Africa and that built Africa up. That's where we come from. We Israelites.
That's hard, I couldn't know.
Yeah, we Israelites. That's who the Lord coming for, the Israelites. That's who he gave repentance to when you read in Acts the 5th chapter. He gave repentance to the Israelites. So when you go, them Israelites have been scattered all over the world, have had babies with many nations. So Israel is scattered all over. They might look like a Japanese or Chinese, but they're Israel. So that's who the Lord coming for. Israel, all right? You're Israelite. All right? Okay. Hey, read Deuteronomy. The book of Deuteronomy, 28th chapter. And it says, I go back and read that again. Isaiah 24:20. And they shall be gathered together. Well, I start at 20 again. It says the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard because of thermonuclear destruction, right? It's gonna be a lot of confusion. People ain't gonna have no sense of mind or nothing. It's gonna be one big state of confusion. It says, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgressions thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall, and none shall arise, right? Because it's gonna be completely destroyed, America. And it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall punish the host of the high ones, the elites, right? The elite banking families, and the kings of the earth upon the earth, right? The other banking families, the elites, they're gonna be destroyed. Verse 22, and they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in a pit, and shall be shut up in prison, and after many days shall be visited, right? So they gathered together when they're in the land of Armageddon. The Lord is gathering them up, right? And what he's going to do, Esau and them is going to be fighting against the Lord. The Lord is going to destroy them, right? He's going to destroy America, and then he's going to grab the elites, put them into slavery, put them in the pit until he figure out that point in time when he want to get rid of them. They're going to work for 1,000 years. And then the Lord is going to, after that 1,000 years, he's going to get rid of them, man. He's going to visit them and burn them up. So that false prophet and that beast, hey, they're going to be thrown in that lake of fire, man. You know? Revelation 19:20. And that beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, right? What was one of those miracles? That chip. And all the ways they trying to usher in this RFID chip, man. They got it ushered in many ways, man. Remember they started out with the chip, putting it in animals. Now they put it in phones, and they putting it in your children. They putting it in you. They putting it in everything, man. Putting it in food and whatnot. It says, wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, right? That took the RFID chip. And them that worship the image, these both were cast into the lake of fire, burning with brimstone, right? So, hey, the Lord, you have to get rid of Esau's a plague, man. You just can't, it's hard to put medicine on a plague because a plague will spread, man. Real fast, man. And that plague of the philosophies that Esau pushed in this world is spreading so fast, man. So our people just bit it, hook, line, and sinker. So the only way you're going to get rid of that plague is with fire. It says the land, it has to be cleansed with fire, man.